Deep breath. In case any of you are wondering why I'm up here today, is I had asked Pastor Cam a few months ago when in May we could have UWF Sunday, and he said, well, I'm going to be away the 16th and 17th. You can do the sermon that day. My first reaction was, yikes. I was like, yeah, right. But then I thought back to my former church, which I was there for 30 years. I got to do at least 20 sermons there. Smaller church, so sometimes it was 15 people I was speaking to, and sometimes it was 50 people I was speaking to on any given Sunday. Now, for the reason for this Sunday. Since this is United Women in Faith, UWF, Sunday here in our church, I'm going to once again give a little history of this organization. It all started in Boston in 1869 when the Methodist women decided to contribute money to send 2 missionaries to India. They would raise money by wearing calico rather than their usual outfits made of expensive fabrics. We, of course, have our soup and chili sales, our gift baskets sales, and over the years, we used to have a yearly bazaar. For that, I would like to thank our congregation, as we would not have been able to raise the funds for our mission projects without all of your help and contributions. The Wesleyan Service Guild auction with WSGA was organized at our church in 1953. Prior to this new group being organized, the women of this church were encouraged to join another group called the WSCS, Women's Society of Christian Service. What's the difference between the two? The WSGA was for working women who would prefer to meet in the evenings or on weekends. The women that were gainfully employed would belong to this group. The ladies that were not gainfully employed met during the daytime as WSCS. So in Red Bank, the women's group WSCS began in 1957. Back then we had 12 circles, and as we grew back in 61, 62, there were 16 circles. Also interesting about those days, the women were listed in our booklets with their husbands' names, such as Kathy Hackler would have been Mrs. Mark Hackler, and in parentheses, Kathy. And if you were not married, you were listed as Ms. M-I-S-S, not M-S. In 1973, these two groups of women, the WSGA and the WSCS, decided to merge and call themselves the UMW, United Methodist Women. We all agreed at that time that they would have at least a quarterly meeting at night for the gainfully employed. The women here also have a sewing group, a spiritual discovery group, this is back then, not sure what that group was about, a quilting group, and a creativity group. By 1994, we were down to 5 circles, and the creativity group changed their name to the craft group, and then added a book club in 2009. Back then, Linda Babler was our leader. In 2019, Created with a Prayer group was created and basically made shawls and baby hats. Even though this group doesn't actually meet anymore, there are some women in this congregation who still knit and crochet, mostly baby blankets for our baptisms and burgundy shawls for our new confirmands. Now the United Methodist Women changed to United Women in Faith in 2022. They even changed the logo of this group of women to a kind of a sunburst, but green and yellow. I've read the purpose of I'll read the purpose of the UWF organization because it's different from ours. We seek to connect and nurture Christian spiritual formation, leadership development, creative fellowship, and education so that they can inspire, influence, and impact local and global communities. The reasoning behind this name change was part of the refreshing of the organization for once. That includes a new logo and an array of new and improved programs to nurture the current members and then welcome new women to join to put their love in action on behalf of women, children, and youth. They want to be more diversified. UWS has a very big outreach in the world. Each local of the UWF, including ours, donate funds to support this outreach. They support 38 countries around the world. Some of their mission work is supporting scholarships in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Angola, supporting women in Mozambique to produce chickens to improve the diet of the local communities and add income for the women involved in this project. They also support cooking and sewing classes for girls in Mozambique. Another one is Ghana for a project that trains women and youth in grass charcoal production, don't know what that is, which promotes renewable energy. In India, the UWF supports the training of medical workers and supporting programming to decrease the dropout rate in school for children in impoverished districts and train women in textile skills and provide microfinance. We have fundraisers here at our church. It is so we can help our community, such as Lunch Break, the Methodist communities, which used to be called the Methodist homes, and that's so the residents in these facilities would never have to leave if they should run out of funds. We also give locally to 180 Turning Lives Around, which supports survivors and families affected by domestic abuse and sexual assault. Of course, we also support our backpack crew, our crop walk, as well as our donation to the scholarship assistance. Each year we collect donations for the Neighborhood Center in Camden, which is part of the Methodist system. They're the only ones in New Jersey that the Methodist Church recognized as a big help. In May of June, which is today too, we collect so that disadvantaged youth can attend their summer camp. And then again in November, December, we collect funds again for their Christmas presents. We have a table set up in Fellowship Hall today where we will be collecting donations for the summer camp program. I hope you get a chance to make a donation and sign the little piece of paper so that we can post this on our board. The UWF in our church is not a closed group. We are open to any woman in the church who would like to join us at our meetings, our fundraisers, our cooking for the center in Asbury Park, and of course, join our craft ladies. These ladies make the most beautiful cards and sell them pretty much most Sundays. The sale of these cards actually gives us $1,000 for our budget, which helps us donate to all of our mission projects that I've just mentioned. Now that you know more about the United Women in Faith, I will conclude my speech by saying thank you all for helping our group be successful. Okay. Thank you.